We are entering times that's been prophesied from the beginning. What's coming is possibly days that haven't been seen before. You see, there's a lot of trouble going on in the world. There's a lot of rumblings. A lot of problems arising, and you know it's getting bad out here. You know what I'm saying? You have war on almost all the continents of Earth. The United States officially is at war with Iran. Unofficially is at war with Venezuela and Niger and Mali and Burkina Faso. Those are the unofficial wars. But officially, they are at war with Iran. I mean, once war's declared, war's declared. There's no backing out unless one side submits, and the United States has never been a side nor been a part of a kingdom that would submit. Babylon and Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah are not the type of people that just quit. So officially, the United States, they are at war with Iran. You go to Europe, you got Russia and Ukraine already at war, but then you got the possibility of Russia being at war with the EU, the European Union. Now, it has been said by the United Kingdom that they only have enough stockpile ammo to go to war for approximately 2 weeks before they are in trouble. Russia has been at war with Ukraine since approximately 2022. They have yet to, at any point in time, say they are running low on ammo. The United States also seized some oil from Venezuela, which was supposed to go to China. So now China says, okay, we are performing military drills around Taiwan. They are in the northwest, the southwest, the east, and the west. And in the north, I believe, too. Cambodia and Thailand has been at war, but supposedly there's this peace going on. But whenever they say peace, soon is sudden destruction. I mean, they had a peace deal at first. Then that escalated. So now this new peace deal was going to happen. Most likely it's just going to escalate. The Middle East with Iran, Lebanon, and Syria all in trouble. And now Turkey and Israel are beginning to have some type of fuel tension. Somali and Somaliland, which is basically just Somali. Somali is at civil war with each other. The Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda have been at war, supposedly at peace, but they say that it's rebels or whatever that's continuing to do whatever it is that they're doing. And then, of course, once again, you got Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger at war with the French. Not at war, but that's soon to come. But at the current moment, they just kicked all of the French people out. All of their oppressors, they kicked them out. And now they charging them for shit they used to be free, or charging them, instead of charging them for pennies on a dollar, they charging them the full dollar. So France is not happy. Greenland, of course, is still at risk of being taken by the United States in case Russia and the United States break out into a war. So Greenland is still another country that is possibly up for grabs. It's chaos everywhere. Like, it's just madness going on all around the earth. Of course, this madness is a systematic setup done by people that prefer to stay behind the scenes in order that they may bring in some evil or wicked being in order to stand over top of a system that's totalitarian and rules over the entire earth. Now that's what's really happening. That's what's really going on. You know, spiritual wickedness in high places. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places, evil rulers. I can't remember it verbatim, but that's what's going on at the moment. They stirring up the pot. The problem is when you stir up the pot, the ingredients in the pot tend to do what the ingredients do, or well, they tend to do what the ingredients do. If you want to put peppers in a pot, it's different from putting potatoes in a pot, which is different from putting eggs in a pot, which is, you know, different from putting meat in a pot. Like, they have set up a system, and they are now attempting to disrupt this system because they understand the system because they built it. The time is coming ahead. Every man and woman and child upon the face of this earth will need the Most High. Even those evildoers, themselves, even those ones who set up this chaos from behind the scenes, even they will need the Most High themselves. But at that moment, they won't have them. But we need the Most High more than ever. Especially if you have, like, some of these countries who have attempted to stop the Bible from being preached. If you no longer have the word of the Most High, the world plunges itself into utter darkness. You see, the truth was always dead. It was about whether or not men were going to find it. Who will the Most High pick and say, I'm going to open those eyes that they may see? And due to His mercy and His grace alone, you have an abundance of us now that see, that know, and that understand. And in these times coming ahead, we all, whether we see or not, will need the Most High. Spiritual wickedness in high places. So you stick on the side of spiritual holiness, righteousness, spirit of truth, understanding, knowledge, wisdom, love, joy. Because the time's coming ahead, they will attempt to strip the earth of the Most High. You can never be able to strip the earth of the Most High. Somewhere, always, does the Most High have a vessel. Always. He's the ruler of all. He will always, they will attempt to eradicate the word of the Most High from off the face of the earth. But they will fail. But the point is they will attempt. And that is what we are about to see. We are about to see how serious they take not having the word of the Most High being preached. Because for a while they have had their civilizations and they have been able to preach and popularize false ideologies, theologies, and bring deception upon all of the eyes of the people. But when the truth begins to burst out, demons begin to erupt. And when demons begin to erupt, they usually look to destroy or hide the light. So for my brethren and my sisters in the truth, I know you see what it is that I've spoken of, or you've heard of what it is that I've spoken of. Those times are coming. It may be sooner than we think. It may be a little longer than we think. But for sure, without a doubt, they will be coming. America has officially ran out of time. America is done. Because Europe is done. And America and Europe is one of the same, which is why they always on the same side of each other for the most part. They have their distance, but what we forget is that America and Europe are cousins. Literally cousins. You know what I'm saying? They family, and we overlook that part. That they family. Same way the ones in the Caribbean is our family. You know what I'm saying? Europe exploded about a couple of years ago. Europe has been suffering. And a lot of the news have been focused on the wrong things, but Europe is suffering. Europe is dealing with whatever it is that we dealing with in America, double that. So at the moment, they talk about immigration. Europe is dealing with double that amount. And the immigration over there is sending a lot of the money and the wealth back into their own places, which is why this is why it's looking like it's a reversal on economic wealth. That's why certain countries that was poor is rising, and certain countries that's at the top is falling. Now, some may say that's just a circle, but it's not a circle. It's because they wicked and evil. And the countries and the systems which get set up are wicked and evil. And they don't last forever. And America has been doing evil and wickedness they've been doing it under the umbrella of the United Kingdom. And this is why they have been preserved. Because they've been doing it under the umbrella of the United Kingdom, of France, and of Spain. They've been doing it under that umbrella since about the 1400s, the 1500s. They broke off from that umbrella, and they also suffered judgment too, because let's not forget that they had a civil war, and the civil war wasn't over us being free. The Civil War was based on economics going forth. You see, the hidden hand of the Khazars is in the Civil War. They the ones who was funding wars back then. This is how they got their wealth. So in there, their hand is hidden. And this is why we became free. It was to piss off and show that we are in rule now to the old American ways, or the old British ways, or slavery. You know what I'm saying? They was basically just letting it be known, like, look, nigga, we gonna do this how we want to do this, and they did it the right way. Keeping us enslaved, how they was keeping us enslaved, is what was limiting their I was about to say company, but it is their company. But it was a way of limiting. It was a way of limiting their country. You know what I'm saying? By letting us free and letting us, be free, go and do what we do. They was able to build better. You know what I'm saying? Like, with us being able to move around and work, we built their country. This is how we built it. And that was by letting us go. But the Civil War was because it was a new rulership trying to come in. That's all it was. And they got their way. And this is why shortly after they got their way, they changed the money setup. Now, I ain't gonna get too deep in what it is they did, them Khazars and did. The point is, America is done, and they didn't had their about 200 years plus worth of damage they done put out themselves, because when they broke off, they had an opportunity to do better than the umbrella in which they was up under, which was the Europe seating. When they stepped away from that table, they had an opportunity to change, but they continued on. And for that, Babylon must die.